Welcome, Smile Train Senior Vice President of International Development, Troy Reinhart.
Hi everyone, I'm Troy Reinhart and I am the SVP of International Development at Smile Train. I'm thrilled to be here today with someone I've had the pleasure of working with very closely over many years, Lisa Wyzlic. After experiencing the isolation and challenges familiar to so many parents when they had a child born with a facial difference, Lisa started an online dedicated support group for cleft-affected families. I'm so excited to catch up with her and introduce her to you all. Hi Lisa, how are you doing?
Hi, Troy. I'm good. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm so excited to be part of this amazing new event.
Now, I'm excited too, and I'm glad we're bringing more awareness to cleft. So you started this amazing group. So tell us about those early days when you started it.
So a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship is my baby, my passion, my love. My son, Ryan, was born with a surprise birthday cleft palate. He was 2 days old. He wasn't eating, and the doctors wanted to insert a feeding gavage. And that's when we discovered he was born with a cleft palate. Like most moms, I was freaked out. I was scared. I did the blame game. I was overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do. So after a week of the NICU, learning how to feed him with a special bottle and being handed tons of pamphlets and books that I was supposed to learn about whatever this cleft thing was, I decided to go to the internet. I went to Facebook and I searched groups, and there's a lot. And I was excited, and I made friends with 3 moms. And these 3 moms and I all had babies at the same age. So we were there for each other and supporting each other, but it was very difficult to answer each other's questions because we were doing the same part of our journey together. So after about 2 years, I said to one of them, you know what? I think I'm going to create my own group. And they said, sure, why not? So I created a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship, and I made sure that every mom felt welcomed and loved, and that every post would be answered, and that we could provide that support that other families needed.
Oh, perfect. And so I know you created these different groups. How many people are involved today?
So today we have our private support group with over 1,000 members. And then because that is private, because I'm a little overprotective of my moms and the babies, we have our public page that has over 4,500 followers. And that's where families can go and connect with us, raise awareness, ask to join the private support group. And we just show off stories and photos. Cleft teams follow us, and just kind of have a little bit of fun with the awareness and showing how cute the babies are and whatnot.
Perfect. And I've been fortunate not only to be part of one of the groups, but just to kind of listen in on everything, but also to attend these events that you have in Arizona, which I think are fantastic and wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit more about the physical events you have?
Oh, the events are so much fun. They are. I started out, one of my goals was to meet just one family. That's all I wanted, was to meet one family. And I did that within the first 6 months. I met a family, and I said, you know what? We should really get together. We should meet up. So I did a very spur of the moment, let's get together. And we had a barbecue at my house, and it was 4 families. Then we posted pictures and we talked about it in the group. And the next thing I knew is everybody's, I want to go. I want to go. So the second year, we went from 4 families the first year to 13 families. And I had families coming in from Canada, all over the United States. And guess what? They all wanted to spend time at Hotel Wyzlic, my house. So we had families in my living room, on the couch, in the family room. My kids have bunk beds. You name it, it was all over. And the annual Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship event started. So in the beginning, it was just one day. It was one little lunch and just spending time together. And because I was having families come in from all over, I decided to make it a 4 or 5 day event. So we started doing a mommy's craft day, a mommy's day out. We did something with the kiddos. They would watch TV. It was always in the fall, so we would do like pumpkin carving. We did trick-or-treating together. And one of the favorite things is there's a fun pizza place here in Arizona. And all the families, I want to go to this pizza place. So we all go out for pizza one night. And every year I try and make it a little bit different and a little bit more catered to who's ever been here and not doing the same thing over and over. And it caught on. So then we started doing mini events around the United States where families would host there, and I would send them some of our magnets and our t-shirts and cute little things, and they were hosted. We had one in California, one in Michigan. We had our Canadian families did one, and from this very first year with just the 4 families has grown. I think the last event we had 32 families. It's just exciting every year to see the babies grow and the moms and the hugs and the just the bonds and everything that we have. It's so much fun, which evolved into our Christmas get-togethers and the baking of the cookies, sharing the cookies, birthday parties, you name it. It's just family. It's pretty much like, hey, it's fall, we're going to Lisa's house.
Yeah, I will say when I was there, I loved it. And you know, your name, a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship. The bond and the friendship was very, very, very clear. And it was good to see that. And I never realized too about how many of the Cleft community don't always meet other people with Cleft. So it's that opportunity to bring people together, which is what we're here for CleftCon today too. Although it's virtual this year, we hope to be physical like your event, so we could really have all these families coming together. So here you are years later. So what is your biggest win so far with the group?
Oh, just one?
Yeah.
As a Cleft mom and going through the Cleft journey, because it really is a journey that our kids go through, the different surgeries and the different therapies and dental, and then becoming a teenager and going through bullying issues. I want the moms that come in, the new moms that come in, to understand that journey and understand that we're there for them. And so many are afraid and overwhelmed, and they're not sure where to start, what to do, how to get there. And the biggest win for me is to see years later, those moms that started and joined a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship being so lost, now being an advocate and being an amazing voice and paying it forward to the newer moms that come in, and they can say to them, hey, it's gonna be okay. You're here, you're part of a family now. You don't need to worry about what's gonna happen in 5 years, just that we'll be there for you. You don't need to worry about 3 surgeries down the road right now, because we're going to be here. We're going to get you through this one, and we're going to do it together day by day, one at a time. And I love seeing those moms, like I said, pay it forward and just being there for each other and the friendships that are forming. So that's a huge win for me.
Yeah, no, that is so important. Like I tell you all the time, people call Smile Train and say, I'm going to have a baby born with Cleft. What do I do? And I said, well, make sure you contact your Cleft team. They're like, no, not our Cleft team. I need someone else to talk to. And I said, I will send you over to Lisa and she will help you. And they always write back at the end of the day, like, thank you. That's exactly what I needed. So I know some of those families today, they've shared some of their videos with you and content. And I believe we're going to look at that now.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited to share our families with everybody. When you guys had asked me to do my presentation and look for families, I had a very difficult time just narrowing it down. So I did a post and I said, hey, first come, first serve, who wants to be part of this? So I'm very excited to share those families with everybody. The journey of a Cleft mom, I tell everybody that it is a Cleft journey, because your baby is born and you have those initial appointments. That first year is really, really the hardest. And even though they have their initial surgery and they have their post-op, We go into the feeding issues. We go into speech therapy. Some of our children need occupational therapy. We go into starting school. We help families with IEPs. We help families teaching their child to be proud of their cleft. We go through dental. We go through hearing troubles. We go through babies needing tubes. We go through the teen years. We go through the entire thing up until adulthood. We have adults in the group that are amazing role models. And I'd like to share just a few of those families with everybody. I just smile looking at the photos. These are just some of our families. If you look at the group photo, that was our second event. That was also in my backyard. And we have a bunch of the kiddos that slept over. They were on my couch. In the middle, we have Liam and Eli, who was our cleft pup. And we do a lot of our Christmas parties and whatnot. One of the special things that we do, because surgery time is a very big deal. It's the cleft lip surgery. You are mourning the loss of that first smile. You are getting a taste of what's ahead for multiple surgeries that many of our babies have. And so our group has sent out handmade get well cards. As you can see, baby Logan in the collage holding his little get well card. It's something important that I make all the moms and all of our families know. They're not alone for surgery time. I send them messages the night before and I let them know, hey, I know you're not going to sleep. I want you to get some rest. I want you to message me when you can. I'm there via phone, text, whatever you need. And our local families, I've gotten to be there in person to help them with their baby and let them know, hey, if they spit up, that's normal, it's okay. If they do this, it's normal, it's okay. Because a lot of our families, and I too, go to the pre-op appointments and the doctor tells you, okay, this surgery, this length of time, this is going to happen, and that's it. Moms don't know, what do we pack? Moms don't know, how do I get my baby to eat post-op? And you know what? You know who knows that? A bunch of fellow cleft moms who have been there struggling to try and feed their baby. So to send them just a simple little get well card, to me, it's not. It's those little things that are huge things. More of our events and get-togethers. We love Smile Train. Absolutely love Smile Train. I love seeing our babies grow up. Hudson, I met when he was 8 months old, and he's in second grade now. I love seeing these babies as newborns, or some of the moms join the group when they're pregnant. And now they're 8, 9 years old. And even though they've never met me, they know that there is this woman out there, Auntie Lisa, who has been there for my mom, who has this group where they have all these friends and relationships and they can just be themselves. So when we get together, even for the first time, and these babies, they come right over to me and they hug me and they know that I am somebody who is there for them. They know I am their advocate. They know I'm their voice. And it's such a blessing to me to see these babies and have them call me Auntie. And one of the most special times, I love this story. We had, it was our second event, and I had a fellow mom, Anna, had traveled with her 2-year-old little girl, Abby, and we're picking them up at the airport. I see them probably 40, 50 feet on the other side of security, and the mom sees me. She gets down, she stops, she points with her daughter. There's Lisa. And this little girl that's never met me, beelined right up into my arms, and you can see the reaction on my face that thankfully my husband captured. Just to hold these babies whose surgeries I've gone through, whose moms I've bonded with, and to have them right there. It's a feeling that I can't describe to anyone unless you've been through it. And again, another reason why I make a big deal about these events and about being together and getting together. Not only do families come to me, but I get to go to other families. So I have the luxury of having parents in Florida. So I travel from Arizona to Florida every summer, and some of our families live there. So Kristen and her daughter Lily actually live 10 minutes from a beach we go to all the time. I have had the pleasure of spending 3 seasons with Kristen and her daughter at the beach, just chatting and chatting. I remember our first year, we pulled up chairs and we watched the kids play in the water and getting sunburned for sitting there for hours just talking and talking and talking with this woman that I had never met before, but nobody would know it. Her daughter, Lily, is a true advocate. She makes me very, very proud. She's 13 years old. Last year, she went and had the RED, the red device, placed for 4 months. And for those of you that don't know, it's a device that's basically screwed into the skull and brings the face forward. We were so worried about how she would do, the pain, how she would handle it, and she was a champ. She has made me so proud, and I'm very excited to introduce Lily and what she has to say to everybody.
Hello, my name is Lily, and my journey has made me strong, grateful, and confident. For new parents of a cleft child, my advice to you is to take lots of photos and embrace the journey. My mom has gotten a lot of support from other families through a Cleft Mommy's bond of friendship. Our cleft community is like family. Hashtag Cleft Strong, hashtag Cleft Proud, hashtag Be Brave and Keep Going.
Isn't she just absolutely amazing? Thank you, Lily. Melinda and Colton. I love this family. This is, I keep saying Cleft Mommy's bond of friendship is family, and this goes above and beyond in my mind. Melinda has been a part of a Cleft Mommy's bond of friendship since her little guy Colton was a baby. And when I asked her what a Cleft Mommy's bond of friendship means to her, she says it means everything. It's where I met my sister Lisa. It's how I was able to get through the hard times and the countless tears. Not only did I get to help her through her son's journey, but Melinda was diagnosed with cancer. And every single day I checked in on her. And over the course of 4 or 5 years, we became sisters. She actually lives in Florida where my parents live, and I get to go out on vacation with her every summer. And to think that I was able to be there during parts of Melinda's life that weren't cleft related it really speaks to that bond. I get to hear about pregnancies and marriages and the goods and the bads, and to be able to help these families through thick and thin, and to look at them and say, that's my sister. Her baby calls me auntie, and to have just quality time together is so special. If my son wasn't born with a cleft, I wouldn't know any of these people. I don't know where she would be. I don't know what would have happened. And I believe that things happen for a reason. And I think that I was blessed with my son because God knew that I would take it and turn it into my life's passion to be able to help these families. We thought that Melinda was going to leave us so many times. And the support from the Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship and her son is what pulled her through, where she's in remission now 2 years. And I know that I was part of that. That's a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship. And you don't have to be active on a daily basis to be part of our group. You don't have to participate at all. You can read the posts, you can just like them. I have some moms that just message me privately, and some of them say, hey, I'm embarrassed to ask this question, so I'll post a question on their behalf. I have some families that never interact with anyone, but every once in a while I'll get a message and I'll say, hey, I don't participate, but I read every single thing, and thank you for what you do. And that means a lot. And Amy and her daughter, Natalie, are one of those families that are not active, but they're still a member of our family. I asked Amy what advice she'd give to new moms. She said, take it one day at a time. She says, make lists of questions and appointments and keep yourself organized. These things are overwhelming. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Find a network of Cleft parents who get it, and they will be your biggest cheerleaders and support. And that's 100% true. And see, this is coming from someone who is still feeling that support, even though she's not participating. Michaela, oh, I love Michaela. Michaela is one of our young adults, and she's an amazing advocate. She's an amazing role model. She can come in, and when we have questions about our teens, or we have questions about school, or those surgeries, those futuristic surgeries, she can answer them. She is so proud of being born with a cleft. And when I asked her to answer why, it's shown her difference, it's shown her strength, and she's very strong. She says, if I didn't have a cleft, I don't feel like I would be strong and independent and determined. And she really is. And Michaela has a blog that she does weekly, Stand Up Tuesday, she calls it, where she has a mission to stop bullying and to raise awareness. And she just makes me absolutely proud, like a big sister. What she does, and to show the younger kiddos. It's kind of cool to be born with a cleft. It really is. Anna and Abby, who Abby was the baby that ran to me in the airport, and I love watching her grow up. Her mom comes out to every event that she can. And when I asked her what a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship means to you, she says, it's family to me. It means I'm not alone, and that my kiddo is loved by so many that I can't count them. And that's true. When you join a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship, your child has a gazillion aunties and a gazillion cousins, and they can come out and they can come to our events, and they can sit there, and they don't have to worry about how they're eating. They don't have to worry about their speech. They don't have to worry about anything, because this kids sitting around the table with them are right there. There's no explanation. It's just an overwhelming sense of calm and relief. And it's the same thing with the moms and the babies that are using the special feeders. You can turn around and hand your baby to one of the moms and not have to explain how to use this bottle. And that is just the best feeling. Oh, Carrie Jo and her daughter, Maddie Jo. Carrie is one of our moms that came into a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship when Maddie was just an itty bitty thing. And she was so afraid, so afraid. She needed a little extra TLC. And I can tell when the moms that come in where they really are lost and they don't know what to do and they don't know who to turn to. And I messaged Carrie, and we did a lot of Skype phone calls, and we bonded, and friendship evolved into a sisterhood. We like to say we're two peas in a pod, and I call her my pea. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know where to go. And Manny Joe now is so amazing. And her mom has become the biggest voice and biggest advocate. And she's there when our new moms come in. Carrie is right there, and she says to them, she says, you know what? When I joined a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship, I didn't know anything, but don't worry, because it's going to be okay. And that's just huge for me, that she's able to pay it forward, knowing that once upon a time, she didn't know if she could do it. Lauren and Andrew, AJ. So Troy had mentioned that Smile Train gets families sometimes where they'll message and they'll say, well, now what? Where do I go? How do I get there? What do I do? Lauren is one of our moms that found a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship through Smile Train. Her best friend works her Smile Train, and through her best friend, they introduced her to Troy. Troy introduced her to Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship, and our relationship formed. Lauren, I have had countless phone calls with her little guy through surgery, through so many aspects of her life, just to see him grow, to see her go through a lot of personal things. I say that the group is private. What's said in the group stays in the group, and that goes for any private messages. I'm blessed to have so many moms that trust me and feel like they can confide in me, and to have those special bonds and those special relationships. And I asked Lauren why she's proud of her son being born with a cleft. And she says, I'm proud of my cleft cutie, Andrew, because of his strength and his loving nature and heartwarming smile and his empathetic approach to everyone he meets. And I love that I can empower families to teach their children to be proud of having a cleft. Blue is one of our newer members. His mom joined probably within the last 6 months, year. And this young gentleman is amazing. He's got his own Facebook page. He's raising awareness. He just had a little bit in his local high school newspaper. He is just phenomenal. And I sent his mom a message specifically saying, I want to share Blue with everybody. He needs to be part of this. And she says, he wants to do this. He's going to make a video. He wants to tell everybody everything. So please take a second and listen to Blue.
Blue, what makes you proud to have a cleft?
It makes me unique in a way that most people can't notice right away.
Any advice to new moms?
We take a lot more time, and in general, we can make you worry a lot more due to us having numerous surgeries.
Isn't he just amazing? I absolutely love Blue. I love his advocacy. You see, a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship is not just a Facebook group. A Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship, I honestly believe it's my life's mission. It's my passion. It's my drive to be there for others, to be there in the cleft community, to help moms. And I didn't know from the beginning that creating a simple Facebook group, I always say I just created a group, but all of you have made it a family. To all of my families, to the entire cleft community, I truly, I care. I love you. I'm so blessed to have so many amazing families from around the world be part of my family. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Lisa. That was a tough one. So first of all, it's so good to see so many of the families that I know, and Melinda, we're always cheering her on and wishing her well. And I think really this goes out to, you know, anyone out there that wants to join a Cleft Mommy's Bond of Friendship, please look at Lisa's profile, connect with her. Once again, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Troy, so much.